I do have this kind of interesting experience that I had when I wrote a 300-hour aromatherapy program for a school called Ashmead College School of Massage in Washington State. They had 5 campuses, and the program launched at the Tacoma campus in one city. It was incredibly popular. So they asked me to launch it at 2 other campuses. So I taught it at one campus in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one in the evening. I was being massively exposed to essential oils all day long, 5 days a week, 5 hours in each of the different classes. And I have never felt better in my life. That was the best I've ever felt. And I'd always struggled when I was younger in my early 20s with depression, and was on Paxil for a while and then took myself off of it, because if you've ever been on it, it just makes you numb to the world. And that's a horrible way to feel. And after this experience of doing this term where I was exposed nonstop to essential oils, I never, ever experienced clinical depression again. It just shifted me. It shifted my brain. And it was effortless. And one of the things I would notice in these students who would go to school for this program, where they suddenly went from no aromatherapy to 5 days a week, 5 hours a day of aromatherapy, was their lives shifted. And they would go do this same pattern. I taught it for about 3 years in a row. So they would do this pattern, not all 3 campuses, but the program. The first 2 weeks, they were just in love with aromatherapy and everything was glorious. And then the 2 weeks after that, they were mad at the world and everything was horrible. And then at that month point, they just started changing everything. They left their husbands. They broke up with their girlfriends. They quit their job. They told their mother they were never going to speak to her again. They just shifted their lives in these really powerful ways. And for me, as my life was shifting too, I felt like there's something to this. Like, we're just more at our core. We're able to be here in this body, in this mind, and be truthful, be authentic, because it just stripped away all of the garbage.